Hi everybody, welcome to the eLounge today. We have Heather Davis and Corinne Walker here to talk to us about lynda.com and all of the cool things that you can use with that website. We're going to learn a ton of cool things, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Heather and Corinne.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to do a quick sound check. Can you hear me? Either chat or do something to let us know. All right, great. We are glad to be here today. We are from the Office of Technology, and we are going to talk about lynda.com. I hope you have heard about this wonderful, awesome, exciting service that TWU has purchased for you. Lynda.com is a video tutorial service, and it's free to you. So Heather did work on some really cool stuff here. I don't want to miss this, that she got this great quote by Benjamin Franklin: "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Thank you, Heather. She's very clever that way. So what is lynda.com? An often used acronym is Lessons You Need on Demand Anytime. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a video tutorial service, and it offers training on a lot of different topics in short videos, and the videos are collected in what are called chapters. And if you watch all the chapters in a course, you can get a certificate of completion. Some of the topics that are included in lynda.com, just to name a few, are all the Microsoft products such as Word and PowerPoint and Excel, Access, OneNote, Publisher, and then Adobe products like Illustrator and Photoshop, even Blackboard. There's a course about Blackboard in lynda.com, and this is just touching the surface of what you can learn in lynda.com. How do you access Lynda? Well, we recently moved to single sign-on, meaning you can use your portal credentials to log in. And in a moment, we're going to go over to the lynda.com website and see if we can show you how this works. If all else fails, our service desk does provide assistance with this information, and we have the information available online. Also, it's important to know that lynda.com has a mobile app available. So you can use it on iOS platforms, Android, or Windows. So you can learn on the go when you're waiting in line, when you're exercising, when you're doing whatever it is you do and you've got your mobile device, you can learn with lynda.com. Some of the benefits of lynda.com. We're going to show you here just a few things that you might think about why you need to use this or why it could help you. Is you're going to be in classes where your instructors are going to give you an assignment, and they're basically going to expect that you know how to do something, or they're going to expect that you will have the tools to figure out how to do something. So if they say, hey, you're going to need to give a PowerPoint presentation for your group project or for your participation grade or whatever, and you maybe know a little bit about PowerPoint or maybe nothing about PowerPoint, or you just want to know how to make your PowerPoint presentation stand out, lynda.com's got information about that. Excel charts and graphs. This is something I'm aware of a lot of instructors asking their students to do charts and graphs to demonstrate knowledge that they're learning, or to show how data is plotted, or for part of their research that they're showing the findings. You might be asked to do an Excel chart or graph. And again, lynda.com's got whole courses about charts and graphs, or even just if you want to watch individual videos about it. Word formatting and citation options. So if you do long papers or big research papers, learn how to make Word do the work for you. So learn how to use the tools, how it can make sure the style is consistent. It can make sure that your citation is according to the style that your instructor has asked you to use. And there's a lot of tools that Word can automate things in your document to help you so that you don't miss little formatting problems, or you can make sure that your paper is presented as polished as possible. You can also develop job market skills. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account or you don't know what LinkedIn is, lynda.com has a course about LinkedIn. In fact, lynda.com and LinkedIn basically just merged their companies recently. So that's all one big company now. But your LinkedIn profile is basically a professional social networking site. And again, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you need one. And if you want to learn about LinkedIn, you can learn about LinkedIn on lynda.com. Also, when you watch all the videos in a course like we were talking about earlier and you get a certificate of completion, you can publish that certificate to lynda.com. So when job hunters are out there looking for people with skills, your profile will show a variety of skills that you've learned on lynda.com. Also on lynda.com, you can learn about doing your resume. There's a lot of assistance you can get, a lot of websites you can read. Lynda.com is going to have a whole course about how to do your resume. They have a whole course about job interviewing and how to ace your interview and what kind of questions you might anticipate and how to answer them in a way that would be meaningful to a potential employer. You can learn about presentations. Presentations are really a fact of life. You're going to be doing that in your classes. And basically when you go for an interview, you are presenting yourself. So there's another side of presenting there. And sometimes in interviews, they ask you to give a presentation to a group you might be working with or for, or even to the HR group or the interview committee. You want to know how to put your best foot forward. So you can take whole classes on how to give really good, effective presentations. There might be things you're just interested in personally. You want to know more about Facebook and how to control the settings and the privacy. Maybe you're not a big Twitter user and you want to know why Twitter would be useful or how you could use it. Instagram, photography, and there's other programs that you can learn about on lynda.com like Prezi. So if you're interested in a job where you know you might be asked to use social media as a part of your job or for marketing, even if it's when you're looking for a job, you want to know how to present yourself online really well, some of these courses are really going to be useful in learning those skills. The features of lynda.com, they have a whole course on how to use lynda.com. And you might think, well, it's videos. You just click them and watch, right? Well, you can. However, they've got a whole course on there showing you how to use the different features of lynda.com. And they offer all kind of special features in the program. You can bookmark a course or video so it's easy for you to reference. So if it's something you know you need to watch from time to time or you want to have it marked for easy access, you can mark it. You can also build playlists, or you can look for playlists they have. For example, TWU uses Google apps and Gmail for our student population and even for some of our faculty and staff. And if you're not comfortable with some of those programs or you just want to learn more about it, you can use the Google playlist on lynda.com to go through all the different courses they have about Google and the various Google apps and Gmail. You can search for something. So again, if you know that there's some function in Excel your instructor has asked you to use or demonstrate that you have knowledge of, you can search for that function in lynda.com. It'll show you all the videos or courses that contain information about that function, and you can bookmark them so that you can reference them because any video or course, you can watch it as much as you want. You can fast forward, you can pause, you can repeat, anything like that you want. There are also exercise files. So while you're going through a course on lynda.com, the instructors are showing you step by step how the features work in lynda.com. There are exercise files they will reference that you can load onto your computer so that you can practice along with what the instructor is saying. There's also a notes feature. So if you're listening to the course and you need to take notes like, oh, this would be great for my statistics class, or be sure to try this function with your research paper, or whatever it is, there's a notes feature, and those notes can be exported in like Word or PDF format. And again, we talked earlier, if you watch all the videos in a course, you get a certificate of completion. Those certificates of completion you can email to yourself or others, such as your instructor, an employer, whatever the case may be. You can print the certificates. You can also post them to your LinkedIn profile. So all good ways to make sure you document the time you've spent learning some skill. All right, now we're going to ask if there are any questions, but we are going to pause here. We're going to go out to lynda.com and look at the actual site. And lynda.com is spelled Lynda.com. Just so you're aware, it is lynda.com. And it looks like we are in a web browser here, and it's being just a little bit, I'm not sure if you can see this well, so we're going to try sharing from a different screen. All right. I'm taking just a moment because I know it takes a moment to appear when we load something like this. Can anybody let me know if they are actually seeing the lynda.com website in their screen? Great. We are seeing it. Wonderful. All right, so here we are at the lynda.com website, and again, now that TWU has single sign-on, you can go directly to the lynda.com website. You can click Sign In, and then you're going to want to make sure that up here at the top where it says Individual Login or Organizational Login, make sure that Organizational Login is highlighted. Then at the bottom of the screen, right now, I have a Go button because I've been visiting lynda.com. You may have an option here to enter www.twu.edu. Either way, once you click that you're ready to go, it will take you here where you will log in with your portal credentials. And that's what we just moved to, that you have single sign-on. Then it will authenticate, meaning it'll verify that you really are a TWU faculty, staff, or student. And my screen's a little bit different because I have some rights in Lynda that all of you may not have. And again, I'm going to give it just a moment. Yes, thank you, Heather. It is your username only, not your whole email address there. Now, is anybody seeing the lynda.list where it says continue watching and my playlist and my courses and all of that? Okay, it does take a moment on your end to see this. When you get in here, you can search for things. So again, we talked about Google earlier. So let's go look at Google. And once we type in Google, you see here it pulls up all different kinds of courses, and it will pull up videos as well. Over here on the left where it says filter by, you can filter by everything they have about Google, playlists that they already have built, learning paths, courses, so whole courses about lynda.com, or even just individual videos. You can even look at it by skill level. So if you want to make sure that you're doing the basics of Google, or if you're ready for a little bit more advanced, or if you think you're a power user and you're ready to learn all the cool tips and tricks, you can do that as well. And I'm going to scroll down here. So we have Google Calendar, Google, let's go down here for some things I think you might be interested in. We have Google Drive, and that's where you have like a storage space for documents, and you can have folders with documents. And as a student, this might be great to have a folder for each of your courses and have documents that pertain to those courses in those folders. And you can learn exactly how Drive works, how to set it up, how to organize it, how to make it work for you, all the tips and tricks. It's available here in lynda.com. Then there is, we'll keep scrolling, there's Google Docs, which is basically like the Word version of Google. And there's information here, Google Sheets, which is much like Excel. And there is also, let's see, Google Slides, which is the equivalent of Google PowerPoint, really. There's Google Apps for students, Google Apps for educators, all kinds of Google things. You can learn everything you want to know about Google and some stuff you didn't even know existed. We'll also look for, and I'm just going to type in resume because that's one of the things we talked about earlier. And here they have several courses: writing a resume, designing a resume, and then they have individual videos here, personalizing the resume, things you might want to know when you're going for a job. We will look at Microsoft because, again, that's something that a lot of our faculty, staff, and students use. And you can learn about Microsoft products. And as we scroll down here, I'm going to invite you to look over here to the left under where it says software. And I'm going to pause for just a moment and make sure you see the screen that's got a Microsoft listing. And on the left, you see software. Is anybody seeing that? Great. Okay, so over here on the software side, I can say I want to know about Microsoft Office. I want to know just about Microsoft Excel, Office 365, Word, Windows, PowerPoint, SharePoint, Outlook, Access, etc., so on. You can even do Office for Mac. So again, you can get very specific about what you want to learn, and I'm just going to choose Word here for just a moment. So again, you may think, hey, I use Word, it's real basic, everybody knows how to use Word, and yet there could be all kinds of really good time-saving tools or tools to make your documents look more polished or make sure they're consistent in their style or their formatting or help you find problems with your Word doc that you're not even aware that you could use. So again, there's all kinds of things about Microsoft Word. So you can use as much or as little of these as you want, and I'm going to go just for a moment up and running with Word 2016. So I'm going to look at a specific course, and you see here I can see every video in a course. I can choose to watch a specific video. I can watch the whole course. I can get the exercise files. I can take notes. And if you also notice, I'm going to scroll down. There's an option here. There's a transcript of the courses. So sometimes I know what I'm looking for and I know it's in a certain course or in a certain video. I can go read the transcript and see, yeah, that's the video I need to watch, or I can just read the transcript and get the information that I need. You'll also notice that when you, over here to the left of the video, there's like a little banner looking icon, and that's the bookmark. So I can bookmark a course or a video that way. I can mark the whole course. And I'm going to go over here for just a moment to playlist, give you an idea of what that looks like. And here on the playlist feature, I can create my own, or over here on the left where it says subscribed playlist, those are pre-built playlists by lynda.com or playlists I've created that I've made available to share with others. And so that can be a way to share. So for an example, you may have an instructor that has a playlist of videos they want you to watch for the course that you're taking. Or they may have several lynda.com courses they want you to watch to learn about the software you'll be covering in class or to learn the skills you'll be covering in class. So again, many different ways you can use lynda.com and make your academic and professional, as well as even your personal life, more enriched and fulfilling. There are even skills. In fact, I'll take just a moment. There's a course here called Having Difficult Conversations. Obviously, this is going to be set in maybe a work environment or a professional setting, and yet you could learn skills in this course that could translate to a lot of situations. So again, you can use Lynda for personal or professional purposes. Now I'm going to log out of lynda.com, and we're going to go back over to our regular screen, and we were talking about questions. To make sure that you know if you need to get started, you can go to www.lynda.com. And our website, the TW Office of Technology, the website there is listed. You can also get to that from the A to Z site index off the TW homepage. And for assistance, we always recommend our really super awesome technology service desk. You can call them, you can email them, you can chat online. That is a wonderful group of knowledgeable people. They are aware of the benefits of lynda.com, how to ensure that you get set up on lynda.com and you're using it. So remember, lynda.com is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can learn anytime, anywhere. It's available on your mobile devices. So again, you don't have to be at a computer, at a desktop. You can be on your mobile phone, on your iPad, on your Kindle, on whatever it is that you use. I'm going to pause now and see if there are any questions.
I have a quick question, Corinne. Can you kind of just stress a little more how important it is for a student, especially a student who maybe is graduating in the near future, how or why they should get a LinkedIn account? Are there lots of employers who look at these profiles whenever they're hiring?
Oh, that's a great question. Online searches for potential candidates is almost a given in this day and age, and I'm going to refer to the Office of Career Services. They can tell you more about that, but employers are very aware of online presence and maybe an image that you've presented, so it's obviously very important to be careful with how you present yourself online, especially when it comes to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional social networking site. And again, to learn about what LinkedIn is or why it's important or how to use it, I recommend the course in lynda.com, LinkedIn. And it's going to tell you how to use it, what the features are, how those are important, why you might use them, how you might use them. But posting your information to LinkedIn can be very pivotal in your job search. And even if you already have a job, you never know when the right person's going to look at your profile and decide that they want to talk to you about a better offer. And presenting all these certificates of completion on there shows some things about you. And again, Career Services can share more with you about this, but it shows you've taken the time to learn and study and go above and beyond maybe your coursework, that you've put some effort into your skills and building your professional development yourself. And that can be really impressive to employers.
Great, thank you. I think that's super important for students to know. I'm not seeing any other questions in the chat box. This was a great presentation, so thank you all very much. If you're watching this recording at a later date, remember that you can always contact the Office of Technology and the Technology Service Desk if you need more help navigating lynda.com or with anything related to it. Corinne and Heather, if y'all don't have anything else, I think those are all of our questions. Thank you both so much for joining us today.